Hi students, this is the continuation of the previous video of lease financing. In this video we're going to see about the advantages. So advantages in the point of view of the leasing, that is to the leasee, it is financing of capital goods. So it is one of the major financing of the capital goods, and it's also an additional source of finance for the leasee, and it's less costly according to the leasee point of view, and the ownership is being preserved within. Avoids fifth one is avoids conditionalities. It is nothing but the conclusion or conditions which is relevant to the benefits, can be of loan or debt relief or bilateral assets, etc. So that is known as conditionalities. And the last one is the flexibility in structuring of the rentals. So now we are going to see about the point of advantages to the point of view of the leaser. So according to the point of view of the leaser, it has a full security and it is tax deductible, so he is having the tax benefit from that, and high profitability through the lease agreement, and trading on equity can be done with the lease financing, and at last is the high growth potential. So this is the profile of leasing in India. So independent leasing companies have the major part of the income which is derived by leasing, and some of them having financial and technical collaborating with the overseas partners, and other financing companies carry on the lease business with financing or other business to take the benefits of taxation, and it's not their regular business. Manufacturing leasers, financial institutions, in-house leasers have some big house have formed captive leasing companies for providing lease finance, it's a mistake, to the group of companies and the commercial banks. Tax aspects of leasing: income tax consideration and sales tax aspects. So income tax consideration, so the leasing is a finance offers tax benefits to both the leaser and the leasee, but more beneficial party here is the leasing, because leasing provides a convenient technique for transferring the benefits incentives from the lessor to the leasee of the asset. According to the lessor point of view, deduction of depreciation from his taxable income. This slide is about the taxability of lease rentals. So if leasing is the main business of assessee or the lessor or the leasing company, so they have the income profit gain from the business and profession. If not, it is an income from the other sources. The next is the deductibility of expenses, where it is deductible. Depreciation, rent, rate, taxes, repairs and insurance of the leased asset, where such expenditure is borne by the lessor. And amortization of certain preliminary expenses, interest on borrowed capital and bad debts. Lessor is eligible to claim the depreciation tax shields that the legally accepted through courts and appellate tribunals. The leased asset are deemed to be used in the lessor's business of the leasing assets, and depreciation is started on a group or block of assets failing within a class of assets in respect of which the same depreciation is being prescribed. And for the leasee, it's an allowability of lease rentals, reduction of incidental expenses, and the tax planning. So in this slide, we are going to see the financial evaluation of leasing. So it is generally involved of three steps. First step is the appraisal of client in terms of financial strength and credit worthiness based upon the strength and credit worthiness of the particular client, and evaluation of this collateral security offered. So evaluating the security and collateral security assets. Then financial evaluation of the proposal. So these three are the major steps involved in the financial evaluation of leasing. Before they go for a lease, the leaser will see according to these three steps. So it's the most important critical part of the leasing transaction, is the financial evaluation of the proposal both by the leaser and the leasee. So it's a point of view of the leaser and the point of view of the leasee. To the leasee perspective, it's a cost of investment, that is present value of lease payments discounted by cost of debt KD, and adding the present value of tax shield on lease payments, management fees deducted, and present value of tax shield of management fees KC, and present value of depreciation tax shield discounted by cost of capital KC, and present value of interest shield and present value of net salvage value discounted by the cost of capital. Two ways of evaluating is the leasee's point of view and the leaser point of view. So see the leasee point of view. So lease or borrow decision steps is calculating the present value of net cash flow of the buying option, such as NPV, net present value, whatever, and calculate present value of the net cash flows of the leasing point of view, NPV. So decide whether to buy or lease the agreement, lease the asset, or else they reject the proposal. And this slide is about from the leaser point of view. So the lessor present value method and the IRR, internal rate of return method. So this is the overall advantage of leasing. It permits the alternate use of funds. Faster and cheaper credit is being available. Flexibility of the leasing agreements, and facilitates additional borrowings. And the last is the protection against the obsolescence. You can avoid the risk of obsolescence here. Following, there is no restrictive covenants, and then 100% financing is being available. Boom to the small kinds of firms. Some disadvantages of leasing. Lease is not suitable mode of project finance, and certain tax benefits, incentives such as subsidy may not be available on the leased equipment, and the value of real assets such as land building may increase due to the lease period, and in such a case the leasee loses the advantage of the potential capital gain. And the last one, the cost of financing is generally higher than the debt financing. So if according to point of view of a manufacturer, if you want to discontinue, and he will not in a position to terminate the contract except by the paying heavy penalties for these lease agreements. And in case of lease agreement, the lessor who purchased the asset from the supplier and not the leasee, and if the leasee is not paying the rentals regularly, then the lessor would suffer the loss exactly when the asset is obfuscated, one on less liquid. So in the absence of the exclusive laws dealing with the lease transaction, there are several problems which cope up between the lessor and the leasee, resulting in the unnecessary complications and avoidable tensions. So thank you so much for listening patiently. Happy learning.